Welcome to Daily Papers, where we break down the latest research into bite-sized pieces. Imagine this. You take a selfie, and instead of just posting it online, an app analyzes it and gives you a snapshot of your overall health. It sounds like science fiction, right?
It's closer than you might think. A new paper introduces an AI system called FAHR-Face, which stands for Foundation Artificial Intelligence for Health Recognition. And its goal is to do just that, learn about our health just by looking at a photograph of our face.
The key here is the term foundation model. Think of it like teaching a person to understand the basics of language and grammar before asking them to write a poem or a legal contract. The researchers first built this foundation by showing their AI over 40 million photos of faces from the internet.
40 million. That is a mind-boggling number of selfies and portraits. And they used a really clever training method. They would show the AI a face, but with random patches blocked out. And the AI's job was to fill in the missing pieces.
Exactly. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. By doing this millions of times, the AI develops an incredibly deep understanding of what a human face is supposed to look like. All the subtle shapes, textures, and structures without ever being explicitly told this is a nose or this is an eye. It just learns the patterns.
So once this AI had its foundational face education, the researchers decided to give it two specialized jobs. The first was to estimate a person's age. They called this model FAHR-Face age.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because they weren't just trying to guess a person's chronological age, the number of candles on their birthday cake. They were trying to estimate their biological age.
Can you break that down for us? What's the difference?
Chronological age is simply how long you've been alive. Biological age is a measure of how old your body seems to be on a cellular level. For example, a very healthy 50-year-old might have a biological age of 45, while a 50-year-old with a less healthy lifestyle might have a biological age of 55. It's a reflection of your overall health.
And this AI got pretty good at it. On average, its age estimate was only off by about 5 years. But the really amazing part was when they applied it to a large data set of cancer patients. They found that the difference between the AI's estimated age and the patient's real age was a powerful predictor of health.
Right. They called this difference the face age deviation, or FAD. And what they found was stark. The group of patients that the AI identified as having the highest risk had more than triple the mortality rate of the lowest risk group. In fact, over half of the patients in that highest risk group died within just 90 days.
That's an incredibly powerful result. It suggests this kind of tool could one day help doctors quickly identify high-risk patients who might need more immediate or intensive care just from a simple photograph taken at their first appointment.
So we have two models, one that estimates biological age and one that predicts survival risk. Are they just looking at the same things, like wrinkles and gray hair?
That's what the researchers wanted to know. So they used a technique that lets them peek inside the AI's process to see which parts of the face it's paying the most attention to. Think of it like a heat map, showing where the AI is focusing its gaze.
And what did the heat maps show?
They showed that the two models were looking at completely different areas of the face. The age guesser, FAHR-Face age, was focused on the classic signs of aging we'd expect: the forehead, the temples, and the lines that run from the nose to the corners of the mouth.
Makes sense. What about the survival predictor?
FAHR-Face survival focused on a different area, the region under the eyes and around the nose and cheeks. What's fascinating is that this echoes a medical observation from over 2,000 years ago known as the Hippocratic facies, the description of a distinct facial appearance in a person who is near death.
Wow, so ancient observation is being rediscovered by modern AI. And because the two models are looking at different features, their insights are complementary. Combining their predictions made the overall health assessment even more accurate.
So does this mean our doctor is going to start asking for selfies instead of blood tests?
Not quite yet. It's important to talk about the limitations. This was tested mostly on Western cancer patients, so it needs to be validated on more diverse populations.
And what about things that could fool the AI? The researchers tested that too. They found that makeup, different lighting, and even most cosmetic surgeries didn't significantly throw off the age estimation. The one exception, a nose job, that did seem to make the AI guess a slightly higher age.
But beyond the technical hurdles, there are big ethical questions here. A tool this powerful could be misused. You can imagine insurance companies or employers wanting to use it to assess risk, which raises huge privacy and discrimination concerns.
Absolutely. The authors are very clear that strong regulations and safeguards would be needed before something like this could ever be used in the real world.
So the takeaway is that a simple photograph of a face contains a rich and previously untapped amount of information about our health. AI is giving us a new, non-invasive way to see that information.
It's a powerful proof of concept. While it won't be replacing your doctor anytime soon, it opens a new door for accessible and scalable health screening in the future, as long as we navigate the ethics carefully.